is a Dalaran. Raise your eyes to the skies and observe.
Hi everybody, this is going to be a very different video from anything I think I've ever actually made. You're going to get some real emotion out of me here. You know, it's that thing I don't really have and don't really express too much. I know you may think I do if you're like still subscribed here, but it's more of like I try to reenact that. But anyways, what I'm going to be talking about today is World of Warcraft. And specifically my nostalgia for it. That I have, okay, here's the thing. I have been playing this game since November of 2007. Since, if you don't know anything about this game, I'm sorry that you don't know what I'm talking about, but I appreciate you if you listen to it. If not, hey, that's fine too. But if you do know about World of Warcraft and you're here because you found my video because of the tags or whatever, hi. I've been a non-stop player since 2007. I have never unsubscribed from this game. I have been playing this game religiously nearly every single day since I was very, very young. As you can tell, I have some WoW stuff over there. I got WoW figurines over here that I never actually show on this side. We got pop figures and stuff and just everything. I got statue. I got a statue from BlizzCon. I got Arthas statue over here with the Frostmourne. I'm really into this game, you know. World of Warcraft has been literally my entire life. And I know this may sound sad to some people, and I get that, but you got to understand my viewpoint. Video games have become very popular. It's very trendy now to play games. It wasn't always like that. So World of Warcraft was one of the very first games I ever really got to play on a computer. Up to that point, it was the old 90s pinball machine game. If we know, I played Solitary, I played Elf Bowling. We'll get to that one later in a different video. Carnivores 2. I was really, really big on Carnivores. Some of my favorite games of all time, you know. Spore, I played those games. But what really stuck with me, of course, was World of Warcraft. I played the game because I had seen the William Shatner commercial. I was in love with the game from that point on. I was like, wow. Because the concept of playing a game online with people was just so foreign to me. I never even considered that being a thing. I always played like GameCube games. It's like if you want to do multiplayer games, you had to have somebody come over to your house with a controller. You know, it was just that kind of stuff. So the whole like, oh, I can play online and there's millions of people? What? It was so cool, and I was so bad at the game. I didn't know how to do anything with the game. I mean, I'm still not the best player, but I'm definitely not like how I was back then. I was terrible. This game has been with me for so long. I have played it so much. The addiction has curved. I always like to stop and think, if I never played this game, I would probably be the most gym rat looking dude ever. I'd probably be going to the gym nonstop to burn off all of my excess energy and stuff. Because I couldn't see my life doing anything else if I wasn't working out. If I never was introduced to this game, you know what I mean? Like, I could have been Buffby or Buffsby or whatever you want to call it. Bazzbe, you know. But no, like, I played this game since Burning Crusade, which is the very first expansion. I've been through Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, worst expansion ever. I did not like that one. Shadowlands, and now we are in Dragonflight. I have been through all of this shit. Each expansion comes out like every 2 years, every 3 years, it's something like that. They always bring out the new expansion through a cycle of that. Here's the thing. I never realized how much the game has changed until, because I always hear people talk about it, especially on like the online forums. Like, God, don't get me started on that shit. Every time I get on the forums, I always get so mad because I see all these adults like crying about like video game changes, and it's just like, oh my God, you're literally an old man. Shut up. But I kind of see their point now on the things that they complain about, because sometimes when I hear like some of the old music from WoW, or I'll watch like some of the old PvP videos from like 14 years ago, or the Machinima videos, it hits me, man. It hits me hard. And tonight's like one of those nights, because for a while I haven't been listening to this stuff because I'm always in Discord talking to my friends, or just being busy like that. I never had time to sit there and really listen to wild music videos. And tonight was one of those nights where everybody logged off, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't want to get off the computer just yet and watch a movie because it's Halloween. I want to start doing Halloween stuff. It's like I wasn't ready for that just yet. I wanted to have a good time and play WoW. So, what to do? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just listen to some of the old videos. Well, I started listening to them, and then, you know, I started like paying more attention to the video than I was the game itself. And as I was doing that, it was hitting me with nostalgia, like hard, man. I've just seen how the game used to look, how populated things were. The game used to be massive. World of Warcraft is the most financially successful game of all time. I don't know if it's been beaten since the last time I checked that, but I checked that about a year ago. The game has been the most money-making game of all time. It's crazy. At one point, the game was the largest game of all time. It was still, in my opinion, the greatest game ever made, outside of like the Pokemon series and Tetris. Maybe Legend of Zelda too. We'll throw that one in there. It's just the game was just groundbreaking in every way. It's captivated me to the point where I literally just want tattoos, and I have tattoos all over my body, and a lot of them are WoW. So it's like, I don't know. I live, breathe, and eat this game. I know it's sad to some people because they're just like, oh my god, dude, that's unhealthy. I get it. I understand. But I never became one of those neckbeards that are just like, you ever see the South Park episode where they're all like fat and pimply and stuff? I never became that. I've always maintained my body weight for the most part. And it just, I never became like one of those like geeky dudes that you would expect to live in a basement. I don't know. Like, I literally wear Guns N' Roses. Like, come on, like, dude. I don't know. It's just, the nostalgia hit me. I got very sad, and I started thinking about like how the game used to be. And I know I'm just rambling about this, but it's just, I'm just sad, man. You know, I'm just sad. Like right before I logged off, I went to, I see there's an old capital city. It was so popular they brought it back for a second expansion, and I was so happy. I was so happy about that. But once you get to the zone, this music, this triumphant music starts playing, and it's so good, man. It's so good. I literally stop what I'm doing. I stop whatever I'm doing whenever I hear this song play, and I just kind of just listen. You know, it just kind of makes me zone in. It draws me in. And for the first time in a long time, because I've heard this song many times, but for the first time in a long time, it made me really remember back to like 2008 or 2009, whenever Wrath of the Lich King was out, and you could first go to this capital city. Everyone's PC was a piece of shit back then. We all had like those really shitty Windows PCs, and the frame rates were really bad. Everything was lagging. Our internet was shit. We still had dial-up back then. Like, I just remember like I logged on and I would like teleport to that city, and the music would start playing, but the game was lagging so bad, and I would just see like a horde, like a massive horde of players in just one area. And it was just so awesome. You felt so cool being there. The city is called Dalaran. It is a flying city in the sky, of course, flying. It's a magical city for mages and everyone else, you know, spellcasters, wizards, whatever you want to call them. It's enchanting. It's very, very popular. Even to this day, people still go there. Like, I love going to Dalaran because I'm always going to run into somebody there. And it just makes me sad when I stop to think about it, because like the game's not nearly as popular as it once was. At one point, the game had 12 million players, which you may not think is a lot, but for like in the 2000s for an online game, it was unmatched. Like, nobody would even think about that. Like, you couldn't even see numbers like that. Nowadays, you have like Overwatch that had like 25 million players at one point. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Call of Duty has like what, 50 million or something, 80 million. I don't even know. But back in those days, like, having that amount of players online on your game, it was just, nobody ever thought of that, you know? It was like, it's back when YouTube, like, for instance, when somebody had 1 million subs, you're like, whoa? Like, whoa? Wow, you got 1 million subs, holy shit. Nowadays, it's just the norm, like, everyone has 1 million subs except for me. So, you know, it's like one of those. I don't know. The music that's going to be playing for this one, for this video, is literally the Dalaran theme that I was just talking about, so hopefully you enjoy that. I don't know, I could be talking about this all day. I could gush about this game all day. if you don't know anything about this game, you just literally you pick a character. There's two factions, Horde and Alliance. Horde is my banner, my hat, my tattoo, everything, my ring. And the other faction's Alliance. I really like the Alliance. It's like humans and gnomes and dwarves and werewolves and shit. I don't know. It's really cool. And you just like pick a class like hunters, warriors, mages, priests, you know, you pick spellcasters, melee, rogues, which are basically like ninjas or thieves if you would play like an RPG or whatever. And you just quest up and you like slay dragons and shit. I don't know. It sounds really geeky. And out of everything in my life, I always said the only geeky shit that I'm actually into is like World of Warcraft and Pokemon. Like I don't care about Star Wars. I don't care about Star Trek. I don't care about like all that nerd shit, superheroes. None of that stuff means anything to me. It's always been just these two. You got Pokemon and World of Warcraft, and it's always been like that, man. Like I've been into it forever. What can I say? But I don't know. Like in my hardest times in life, I've always just went and played WoW. I think I used WoW as a way to like ignore reality. I'm sure a lot of people did that too. I always used World of Warcraft as a way to ignore personal issues going on in my life, like breakups. When me and a girl named Hope broke up back in 2010, June 1st of 2010. I will never forget that date because I like to label that as the day that my life officially ended. It may sound dramatic to you, but it hit me hard, man. Like it destroyed me. And I felt the fallout for that for many, many, many years, well over a decade. And occasionally I still get sad about it when I think about it, you know? It's just kind of like, what could have been? But I remember when me and her broke up, I invested more time into that game than I ever did before up to that point. I just existed only in that game. I would barely sleep. I'd sleep like 2 hours a day. I'd go to work all day, slouch, drag my feet, and come home and play the game all night, hanging out with the boys. Just drinking Dr. Pepper all night, eating chicken nuggets, french fries. I'd go to like Whataburger or McDonald's, because you know McDonald's used to be 24 hours. I'd go there, get some food, and play and game all night long, just try to escape my woes and worries and depression. And it was just, the game was there for me. Like honestly, if I didn't play this game, I might be dead by now. Maybe that sounds dramatic to you, but I'm serious. Like the game, I like to imagine this game saved my life. Because all the horrible shit that's happened in my life, everything that I've dealt with that nearly pushed me over the edge, I always would stop and think something dumb like, well, I mean, if I do that, then nope, my character's never going to log back in again. And that kind of kept me wanting to keep going. I'm not so emo like that now. You know, I'm in my 30s now. I've been playing this game for half my life, and it's kind of scary to even imagine that, but it's true. But it's just wild to me that I remember I used to be like that. I used to really feel like that. I used to feel like if I didn't play this game, I might kill myself. I might just be gone forever, you know? And now I have other motivations to keep me going, of course. I've got the fact that I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter grow older and maybe get married, possibly have some grandkids. It'd be cool. You know, I have a new niece. My sister just had a child about a month ago. So for the first time in my life, I've officially become an uncle. You know, this new YouTube channel, whenever I decide to actually do something with it, it's fun. It's always exciting to see the subs and the views and stuff. I don't really care about that stuff personally like other YouTubers would, but it's still fun. I know it's strange, but even the new iPhone, I get excited about the new iPhone. I'll wait like a long time before I buy it, but you know, it's still interesting to me. You know, like new WoW patches. We had a new WoW patch. I'm excited about that. Or in our little WoW community, we talk about organizing an event for people. That's fun too. I love seeing everybody log on. It's the chillest shit. All of my friends are on. It's just like we're having a great time, you know? So, I don't know. I've been rambling for nearly 15 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the video short, and we're going to go ahead and stop about like right here. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. It actually means a lot to me. If you just quit watching the video like early on, I get it, man. Like WoW's not for everybody. It's nearly a 20-year-old game. I will be going to BlizzCon this year, so I'll probably be filming that. I'm excited, very excited to go. It'll be my second BlizzCon, so yeah. And luckily for me, I live right next to Anaheim, so it is not a trouble for me to drive and travel. So But I don't know. If you ever played WoW, what was your favorite memory of it, and what did you play? What server were you on? What faction were you on? What race were you? I would like to know. What class did you play? You know. But other than that, you guys have a great night. Thank you. If it's your birthday, happy birthday.